Yes, the real media.
KJAG Radio and KMA Entertainment, your source for entertainment news and interviews in Central and South Central Kansas. The best of the best are here, and we go above and beyond to bring you the most bang for your buck. Find us on the social sites like Facebook and Twitter. Log on to kjagradio.com and jiggyjaguar.com for more.
Thank you. Good night. Welcome to the Stiefel Theater here in Salina, Kansas. We are going to go talk to Get the Lead Out. I want to thank Jane Gates and the good folks here at the Stiefel Theater, and also the folks at Get the Lead Out. And thanks for watching. kjagradio.com.
When the sun is sinking low, everybody's with the one they love. I'm walking down, keep searching all around, looking for my street corner girl. I got a woman going all yeah. Oh, I got a woman, she wants you now. I got a woman that's drunk all the time.
Let out. How are you guys?
Fantastic. How you doing?
Pretty good, actually. The last time we seen you here at the Stiefel Theater, you guys put on a heck of a performance.
Well, thanks, man. We're hoping to repeat that tonight for sure.
Well, go ahead and introduce yourselves, gentlemen. So.
Okay, well, Phil.
I'm Phil D'Agostino, bass player.
Adam Ferrioli, drummer.
Paul Sinclair, lead vocalist, harmonica, and I announce the songs.
All around again. Now, you guys have been called the American Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what gives you this acclaim, because you guys put on a heck of a performance. You guys are playing all over the place. I was looking at your tour schedule. I was watching sound check. You guys just, it seems
My
like
throat's hurting as you're looking at the schedule. Well, the band began back in the fall of '03, and the premise of this group is to replicate the studio recordings in concert, which is different than any other Zeppelin act out there. Most of the guys out there, they do an impersonation, they put on costumes and do that thing, which is fine and all good. They play the live thing. But our thing is all about the recordings that everybody knows and loves. We know these recordings from all of our lives, the drum fills, the guitar fills, the bass lines, the vocal melodies, and to bring those to life in concert, we found is, it's been a very successful formula, because here we are in Salina again, and like you said, we're traveling around the country, seeing lots of different places. We're at Red Rocks on Thursday, a little venue in Colorado, where the Beatles played. You might have heard of them. So as far as the American Led Zeppelin, it's something that the media picked up on early on in our career, and we took it and ran with it, and began using it as a tagline to our name, Get the Lead Out, the American Led Zeppelin. They started it, we ran with it.
That's cool. Now you guys aren't playing like bars or any of these little hoi-polloi places.
Listen, if you got a backyard barbecue, we'll come play it if you can hire us, get the cash. But
you're playing huge arenas and nice theaters, historic theaters like this. Why aren't you doing bars? Is it the fact that this music is better in a theater setting,
well, no,
like a Red Rocks or something?
It just has to do with the growth of any project. I mean, as you go on and you can develop an audience, then it wouldn't make sense to play a bar when you have 2,000 people that would like to see you. So that so we've been growing our career and growing the band, and we're in this position now that we've got, crazy amounts of fans and dedicated ones that travel. We've got this one couple recently that I think I've seen at almost every show this summer. Dawn and
that seems to be a trend. More and more, I see these. There's all these bands that have these people who will follow them around, and it's absolutely amazing.
We're real lucky with that. We got one guy, Mr. James Fowdy, give him a plug. This guy has seen us 159 times.
Wow.
And I'm not joking. We've signed every set list and everything for him. But it's because
number 158.
I do. I took it off. I do.
That's awesome.
Because listen, I want to keep these stats. I keep every set list. I might as well keep every fan's attendance record too. But yeah, he's been following us for I guess since '08, and it's wonderful. I believe. He would probably come regardless, but I think so much of the reason he enjoys it again and again is the same reason we do. We change the set list every single show. You think about Zeppelin's iconic catalog, you're talking it's not like they had, I always bring up like Tommy Two-Tone. No offense to Tommy, God bless him, but Tommy's going to do a concert, you're going to sit there in that audience waiting for one song.
That's right.
75309. That's what you're waiting for, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe his diehard fans, there's certain songs he plays and so forth, but with Led Zeppelin, we'll do 20 songs tonight. And you'll leave here being like, oh my God, they played blah, 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 blah. But then you'll get home, and I always say this all the time, then you'll get home, wait, they didn't play da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's because Zeppelin had so many amazing tunes. It would be criminal to do the same set night after night. Yeah. So for us, every night we open with something different.
That's
There's
cool.
A number, usually on average, the sets vary by at least 5 to 6 songs, a lot of times more than that. I think the set list tonight is 10 songs different from the time we played here last.
Wow.
So, so we want people, we encourage them, please be like James Fowdy. Get on your bus or in your car and pack a bag and follow us around the country.
Now, you're a founding member, correct? How did you get the other members in the group? Did they?
We don't have time. You don't have enough tape on that recording.
It's only a 3-hour.
The short version is this: in 2003, myself and my guitarist Paul Hammond were performing in a local bar, just sitting in with a house band doing songs we loved, which was Led Zeppelin. A handful of songs. We just sat in with them.
Strangely, they
well, that and a few errors with tunes too to boot. But we did that, and about 10 months into this, I got a phone call from some guys starting a Zeppelin show. They said, "Hey, we heard you can sing this stuff. We need a singer. We're trying to get this thing off the ground." So I agreed to help them out with a show, and in order to help them out with this show they had, I brought in Paul Hammond, and that's where it all began. Now, from there to here, Adam joined us probably within 2 years of that. First, maybe even let me think about that. It was fall of '03, about a year and a half into the project when Adam joined us, and that's a story unto itself. But again, we don't have time for all that. And then at one point, when the one guitarist that was originally with us at the very beginning, he left probably 2 years into the project, and that's when things really took shape in terms of how we approached the material, because there was a discrepancy early on about doing the studio versus the live. And the studio is my vision, is what I wanted to see happen, mainly because I like those versions, but also from a business standpoint, you figure, and again, it's music and the love of it for me, but you got to figure that the average person out there that loves Led Zeppelin, I got to believe loves them because of the versions we've heard on that radio for the last 40 plus years.
Yeah.
The exact melodies and guitar solos and drum fills. That's why they love Led Zeppelin, so that's what we want to give them.
That's
so
awesome.
This, the original guitar player, he split. And then we brought in Jimmy and Andrew, and that's when things really took shape. And Phil's the newest member. Phil joined us literally in the last 4 months.
Awesome.
And and we thought, we had hoped at the very least that we'd be making we had hoped that we were making a lateral move, just in terms of being able to just maintain the same consistency that we had. Phil has even a deeper love and appreciation for this stuff than any of us could have imagined. So the project's actually even taken a step up.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
So what's it been like 4 months being at Get the Lead Out?
It's been great,
Good answer.
It's been just great hanging out with these guys and playing the music and getting to really learn the stuff. Some of the songs, a lot of the songs I thought I knew, but didn't know them on the level that these guys did.
Yeah.
Or we thought we knew him until he told us we had something wrong.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, it's been fantastic, and then it's been great traveling and playing, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Hectic 4 months, had a new child. And
It's true. Yeah,
That's right.
baby and all this.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Joined the band, already missed 4 shows.
So, has any of the guys from Led Zeppelin been to any of the shows or given you guys any feedback on anything?
I mean, no, not as far as we know. They haven't actually attended a show. I know that they're aware of us. I know that our guitarist Paul Hammond attended the reunion at the O2 Center in London in 2007 on Jimmy Page's dime. That was tickets. Yeah, that's a whole story
Wow.
in itself. But so he was there. Actually, Paul was with Brian May watching the concert. Brian May from Queen. There was a whole awesome thing.
A hell of a world you
Yes.
musicians live in.
And there's so many of these little stories, and it's hard to connect them all. But some years ago, Paul Hammond, myself, and a friend helped design a guitar at Martin Guitars in is it Nazareth, Pennsylvania, the famous Martin Guitars,
Yeah.
for Jimmy's 63rd birthday. And Paul Hammond went over to England to deliver said guitar for Jimmy's birthday. And unfortunately, there were some issues with Jimmy's home, some other home that he had that was flooding, blah, blah. Long and short of it was, Paul didn't actually get to hang with Jimmy, but did get to speak with him for a good half hour on the phone about, gear and cool stuff. And I don't know if they really talked about Get the Lead Out, but they talked about guitars and all the fun stuff that they both enjoy so much.
That's cool.
And I heard a story. We were in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, performing, and the woman there happened to be working with Robert Plant on something, and he happened to call while we were there. And so Paul, my guitarist, said, "Hey, who were you on the phone with?" She's like, "I was talking to Robert Plant." And he's like, "Really?" "Yeah, I was telling him."
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
He was asking who you here tonight, and they said, "Get the Lead Out," and allegedly, this is from I'm whispering down the lane here. This is from this woman to Paul Hammond and me. Allegedly, Robert said, "Oh, that's a great band." So I'll take that if that's true. I don't know. Just talk to Paul about that. But as far as anything, we've not had any outside of Paul Hammond speaking to Jimmy Page on the phone. None of us have actually had any real contact.
Well, that's cool. Well,
Adam saw Led Zeppelin, but that's a whole thing.
The only one.
He is the only in our group to have actually seen Zeppelin.
Wow.
I saw Page Plant in '95, but
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, before we let you guys go, what are some upcoming dates that you have so people can catch you around the country? Or?
well, gee, I don't have that in my memory Rolodex here, but except for the big ones. Right now.
Red Rocks, obviously.
You got
We're playing Red Rocks?
Red Rocks.
Yeah, Red Rocks in Morrison, Colorado, really has been a game changer for us.
Yeah.
Because we've been out to Salina once before, and we've been making our way out west, but it wasn't until we got the gig, I guess it was confirmed in September 2013, that we would be playing Red Rocks in 2014, so last year. And when that occurred, so many of the venues that had been on the fence or said, "Hey, I'm going to take a chance and get the Lead Out. I've got Zeppelin band, A, B, or C over here. Why do I care about you guys?" And so for years, our agent had a hard time getting us out west because of this. And then once Red Rocks was booked, I remember, I love the story. He went to the conferences on the West Coast to book some shows with all the bookers and promoters and so forth. And he's walking like, "All right, any takers for Get the Lead Out?" And as usual, every year, no, we've got X, Y, and Z band. We don't need to Get the Lead Out. And he said, "They're playing Red Rocks." "What?" And they all got in line. And next thing you know, we had a West Coast tour. So that was before it sat here last year. And now this year, this tour is even bigger, and I'm told next year is even bigger than that. So, so Red Rocks really is a huge one for us. I mean, they're all great. I mean, I always say I don't care if I'm playing in front of 10 people or 10,000. We have fun at every single show. So, some of the smaller venues that we play are tons of fun, but Red Rocks can also be some fun. I mean,
Yeah, a little bit.
Phil, you nervous? How you feeling? So that's really the biggie that's coming up, but it's the tour that never ends. Catch us in a city near you. Just go to gtlorocks.com and you'll see all of our tour dates right there. And I hope to see you on the road.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you much.
Yeah.
I want thanks to Get the Lead Out. Thanks to the great staff here at the Stiefel Theater. And thanks to you for watching KJagRadio.com.